So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do.
Yeah, so this is what happens when you mess with Gen X.
I was gonna go to court before I got high.
Hey you guys, my name is Natalie and this is my channel, my so-called Gen X Life, where I talk about all things 70s, 80s, and 90s, but today I am changing things up a bit and talking about a current Gen X newsmaker. This is a story that is so incredible and so very much Gen X that I had to share. I've just never seen anything like it. It has everything. Police raids, kidnapping accusations, stolen cash, music videos with titles like Lemon Pound Cake, the police suing a citizen, and a verdict in a lawsuit that has set the precedent for free speech in a world that is now always on camera. I cannot wait to see what y'all have to say in the comments. So this all began on August 21st, 2022, when law enforcement officers in Adams County, Ohio, raided the home of Joseph Foreman, a Gen Xer born in 1974, who is a rapper known as Afro Man, who became famous in the early 2000s with his hit song, Because I Got High.
Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da.
On that day, Foreman was on the road in Chicago when 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective from the Adams County Sheriff's Office showed up at his Ohio property to execute a search warrant claiming probable cause existed that drugs and drug paraphernalia would be found in Foreman's home and that trafficking and kidnapping had taken place there. While the well-armed officers were on his property, Foreman's security system was recording their every move, from breaking down his door to searching through his CD collection, which they obviously knew about because they intentionally destroyed his camera system. After causing thousands of dollars worth of damage, seizing thousands of dollars in cash, and scaring the crap out of his kids who lived nearby and saw what was going on, the cops found absolutely nothing and left. Turns out, those drug and kidnapping suspicions were unfounded. According to the Adams County Prosecutor's Office, the raid failed to turn up probative criminal evidence, and no charges were ever filed. When Foreman made it home and found out what had happened, he immediately went to the recorded security footage and started posting clips on social media to vent his frustrations.
He could have took the pin out, but he just bent the fence all back. All right. I like the guy that's running behind the truck like, yeah, cover me. And they get out. Weapons. Look at dude aiming at the house. Because I got a vape pen. Yeah, he got a vape pen. We're moving in. This dude, yeah, he aiming. He all late. He just, yeah, you know. Okay. All clear.
Back too, she aiming too.
Yeah, homegirl, yeah, she kicking it by the car. Mm-hmm. This dude run back to the car. He forgot something. What did he forget? Oh yeah, my battering ram. Oh yeah. Gotta tear down the door so I can get the vape pen. Well, here it come. Oh, there it go. Now they finally kicked my door down. Oh, there go the light. Moving around. Here come homie with the AR-15 or A something. He snatched down my curtain. You know what I'm saying? Here come this dude. All of this for a vape pen. Okay, hanging that AR-15, boy. They came to kill me. They came to kill me over a vape pen.
He's a Raiders fan, I take it?
Yes, he is. Raiders and...
Still Raiders fan?
Yes. Raiders and Lakers.
Yeah, I've seen the car out there.
Mm-hmm.
It was
The Mustang and the Impala.
I like it better than Impala.
which one?
The Impala.
The yellow one?
There's
That's what I'm talking about.
a yellow Mustang too that's got it's all Lakers.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen the one in the big garage there. That's pretty nice.
You have?
Because no charges were filed, the sheriff's office had to return the $5,031 that they had confiscated during the raid of Afroman's home. But when they did finally return it in November of 2022, they were $400 short, and that moment was actually caught on camera by the local news.
Well, Trish, we were invited here to the Adams County Sheriff's Office as that cash was given back. We watched it being counted out of sealed evidence bags, and $400 in cash was missing. Only Fox 19 now caught this on camera. It was back in August. We showed you the Adams County Sheriff's Office kicking down doors and raiding the home of Joseph Foreman with guns drawn. A warrant listed kidnapping, possession of drugs, and trafficking drugs as probable causes. Foreman, whose rap alias is Afro Man, talked to us shortly after it happened and said the Sheriff's Office removed a small quantity of marijuana and cash. The Sheriff's Office also confirmed the seizure. Months later, the Sheriff's Office is now giving back that cash.
So when the prosecutor said that there was no crime, no conviction, or no charge, he then released the funds to the Sheriff's Department.
Afro Man took his lawyer with him to collect the cash that was taken during the seizure.
I always videotape it.
Yeah.
This is the moment the Adams County Sheriff's Office brought in the cash that was taken from Afro Man's home late August. You can see both bags were sealed.
It's not been opened since he... So that's the 641, and this is 4390.
Multiple people counted the cash, and the numbers didn't add up. The cash seized by officers that day was $400 short.
I don't have an answer for you.
So that makes me think that somebody took that amount specifically. That's not a accidental amount.
Afro Man says the missing cash is just the icing on the cake when it comes to how negatively his life has been impacted since his home was raided in August. The rapper says this raid stopped him from being able to book shows.
I need all the clubs that heard the cops say, oh, you know, we have a warrant for kidnapping. I need all those clubs to see and hear that those charges have been dropped.
By this point, Foreman was livid. He had been accused of kidnapping, which was damaging his reputation and causing show cancellations. His home had been damaged, costing thousands of dollars in repairs. His money had been stolen, and he was starting to feel unsafe in his own home.
Sometimes I have to talk myself into going to sleep because it's like, wow, man, what if they come back in here, you know, popping around, sweeping around.
Now at this point, I think most of us would have just cut our losses, fix the situation the best we could, and move on. But Foreman is a Gen Xer, which means he's a pragmatic person who is quite independent and adaptable when it comes to solving problems. He's also an entertainer and an entrepreneur who knows how to turn life's lemons into lemon pound cake. Moving on after this kind of an encounter with law enforcement is not easy. Believe me, I know, but that's a story for another day. It's just wild because Foreman was never arrested or charged with anything. There were only mysterious accusations, and the cops just showed up at his house when he wasn't home, invaded his privacy, damaged his property, and said, oh well, oops, our bad, all while leaving Foreman with the bill. He briefly considered suing for defamation, but instead, Foreman, being a Gen Xer and all, opted for the smartest, most peaceful solution. He turned his pain into platinum-level satire. In December of 2022, Foreman started uploading new music videos that featured footage from the police raid. The first one, titled, Why You Disconnecting My Video Camera, showed the cops digging through Foreman's closets and CD collection with guns drawn. Meanwhile, Foreman's running through his house, hiding in the different spots where the police were in the raid footage. And in the lyrics, he's calling out crooked cops for making false accusations.
They ran up my driveway with guns and hate to steal my funds. They just couldn't wait. I know you want me dead or in the slammers, but why you unhooking my video cameras? Any kidnapping victims in my refrigerator? Congratulations, TikTok star. Now the world knows how stupid you are. Lucky you're a family guy. Got the munchies because you got high. Why you disconnecting my video camera? Why you disconnecting my video camera? Why you disconnecting my video camera? We ought to throw crooked cops in the slammer.
A couple of days later, he posted the video, "Will you help me repair my door?" which of course highlighted the cops busting down his front door.
Will you help me repair my door?
This one had me really rolling because of a few reasons. First, Foreman's tone about the search warrant that accused him of kidnapping.
Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why kidnapping?
Then there was the verse about the police searching his CD collection.
Any kidnapping victims inside my CDs?
Okay, that was so funny. But there was more. The song also had a verse about the sheriff's deputy who paused in the kitchen to check out the lemon pound cake on the counter.
Would you like a slice of lemon pound cake?
From that moment forward, this deputy has been known on the internet as Officer Poundcake, and it led to the final video in this original trilogy titled Lemon Pound Cake, sent to the tune of Under the Boardwalk.
Mama's lemon pound cake, it tastes so nice.
These tracks and the respective videos mocked the raid, but it didn't stop there. Afroman continued using the footage of the police on social media posts across multiple platforms, and some of those officers' images were used in merchandise to promote the project, which he said was created to help cover property damage from the raid. The videos quickly went viral, racking up millions of views. The revenue helped Foreman pay for the damages the police had caused, and by early 2023, it looked like this would be the end of it. But oh no, turns out it was just the beginning. In March of 2023, those 7 members of the Adams County Sheriff's Office who raided Foreman's home filed a lawsuit against him, claiming, among other things, that he invaded their privacy. The lawsuit alleged that Afroman took the footage of their faces he had obtained from the raid and used it in his music videos and social media posts without their consent, a misdemeanor violation under Ohio Revised Code. They also sued on civil grounds, saying Foreman's use of their faces in the videos and social media posts resulted in their, quote, emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation, end quote. The plaintiffs argue that they were entitled to all of Foreman's profits from his use of their personas. According to the complaint, that included proceeds from the songs, the music videos, and live event tickets, as well as the promotion of Foreman's Afroman brand, under which he sells beer, marijuana, t-shirts, and other merchandise. They also asked for an injunction to take down all of the videos and posts containing their personas. The officers filed the lawsuit because they said they had been subjected to ridicule by people who saw Foreman's posts, and that those posts made it more dangerous for them to carry out their duties. They also claimed they had endured death threats by anonymous members of the public who had seen some of the defendants' above described postings. The complaint also claimed that Foreman continuously used the plaintiff's personas without their prior consent in a manner that is willful, wanton, malicious, and shows conscious or reckless disregard for their rights. When the news of the lawsuit broke, Afroman explained to NPR exactly why he started making the videos in the first place.
I asked myself, as a powerless black man in America, what can I do? And only thing I could come up with was make a funny rap song about him and make some money, use the money to pay for the damages, and move on.
He also told ABC News that he found the lawsuit against him laughable because apparently the cops couldn't handle his funny rap songs.
These big, tough dudes that laugh when you ask them to help you put your door back on the hinge, it's turned into these little whiny crybabies complaining about my song. My only response to that was a rap song and a t-shirt.
It was at this point that Afroman decided that he needed to make a follow-up album to Lemon Pound Cake, and this time it would feature songs about each individual officer, based not only on their behavior in the raid, but their claims in the lawsuit and their depositions. If the officers at the Adams County Sheriff's Office were mad enough about the original video trilogy that led to the lawsuit, well, what happened next pretty much broke them. Afro Man came through on his promise to make more music. First, there was freedom of speech, which was a summary of his case and the media coverage up until that point.
I'm getting sued by the rude dude who left my door unscrewed with a sarcastic, smart aleck attitude. I'm getting sued for telling the truth, posting videos, selling my proof, in my house with a gun. I can't talk none and have a little fun. It's okay if you kill me, but it's wrong if I rap and people feel me. Come on. Don't you remember you said I had freedom of speech?
Next up, he doubled down in every way possible with the video Lick 'em Low Lisa, which singled out the female officer who was part of the raid. And oh wow, let's just say that this one is rated NC-17, so you're gonna have to go to the link in the description to get the full experience of this song. By the way, there are links to every one of Afro Man's music videos pertaining to this case, as well as the news reports, in this video's description. But just so you get an idea of what Lick 'em Low Lisa was all about, well, here's a quick clip that won't get me in trouble, or at least too much trouble.
Lick 'em low, Lisa. Lick 'em low, Lisa. She like pizza.
The videos just kept coming as the case made its way to trial. There was the Battering Hymn of the Police Whistleblower, which featured Afro Man decked out in an American flag suit as he walked around his property singing that Afro Man is gonna screw ya and the truth's on the internet.
Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet.
He started naming names in videos like Brian Newland is a flag and Sean Grooming Grooms. But none made me laugh quite as much as the banger titled Randy Walters is a son of a bitch.
Randy Walters is a son of a bitch. Yeah, that's why I fucked his wife and got filthy rich.
It was clear from their various depositions that these police officers were not taking this well. They seemed to think that they could do whatever they wanted in people's homes and suffer no consequences. You know, it's not easy to watch these depositions, I gotta admit. These officers have obviously had their feelings hurt and have suffered some serious blows to their reputations. And in their eyes, they were just doing their job. And I get it, I'm a big fan of police officers and first responders. They do insanely difficult work and often find themselves in very difficult situations. But with great power comes great responsibility. You cannot treat people and their property the way that they did in this case and demand respect and compliance, especially in a small town. It just doesn't work that way. If you want respect from your community and to not have someone posting videos about you on the internet, then don't be so disrespectful to a county resident and their property when you're doing your job. The respect goes both ways. 3 years after officers from the Adams County Sheriff's Office sued Afro Man, claiming defamation, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, all while seeking nearly $4 million in total damages and demanding the removal of all the content from the internet, the case finally went to a civil jury trial. It began on March 16, 2026, in the Adams County Courthouse and lasted roughly 3 glorious days. On day 1, the plaintiffs presented their case to the jury, and the deputies testified about the personal and professional impacts from Afro Man's videos, posts, and memes, which were all played in court. Deputy Lisa Phillips, aka Lick 'em Low Lisa, gave emotional testimony and broke down crying while the court played Afro Man's explicit 13-minute video, which questioned her gender, her sexuality, and accused her of various sexual acts. She said it led to community ridicule and personal distress. She also revealed that she'd been called in on her day off to assist with the warrant and described herself as a go-getter, trying to help people.
She raided my house. She disconnected my camera. Then she went down on my spouse.
Sergeant Randy Walters testified about emotional harm to his family. He claimed his child was harassed over the false claims that Afro Man had an affair with his wife of 28 years and questioned whether spreading damaging falsehoods for fun was acceptable. But when he was asked if it was true that Afro Man had actually banged his wife, his answer was just, well, see for yourself.
So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
Been
need
with
to
that
know yes or
woman
no.
since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of? Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
Sean Cooley, aka Officer Pound Cake, testified that he had received hundreds of pound cakes at work. He also claimed that he was mockingly recognized in other jurisdictions as well as in his community and was once called a thief and asked why he stole Afro Man's money. He said his once quiet community job became one where he had to look over his shoulder every second.
You were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You were
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play what's marked Defense Exhibit V. I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Oh, you got to turn something else.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door.
Brian Newland testified that he quit his dream job with the sheriff's office due to Afro Man's PDF allegations, which he denied. But he did take responsibility for the cash miscount during the raid. On day 2, Afro Man took the stand, wearing that red, white, and blue American flag suit with an American flag tie and flag lens sunglasses. He argued the entire situation was all the deputy's fault. In his testimony, Foreman framed the videos as protected free speech and a peaceful solution to turn a bad situation into something positive, saying he had the right to use his own footage to mock them.
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't have came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
When addressing Philip's distress, Afro Man compared it to her pointing an AR-15 near his kids during the raid and called the deputies the predators. He also noted the lawsuit boosted his fame and increased his subscriber count on every social media platform. There was also one more person testifying on Foreman's behalf. It was Rhonda Grooms, a school teacher and the ex-wife of plaintiff Sean Grooms. She talked about the reaction of her children and students to exaggerated rap lyrics and, I kid you not, compared Afro Man's songs to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's song WAP, explaining that the kids don't take these songs literally, to support the defense argument that Afro Man's over-the-top content was parody and not literal fact.
When they would play Mr. Foreman's song Lemon Pound Cake, did they take that as a literal fact from your observations?
No.
Were they laughing and joking about it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the song Wet Ass Pussy?
Yes,
Is that a rap song?
it is.
Has your students played it in class?
Once, and I asked them to please turn it off.
When they were listening to it, did they think that was fact?
No,
So they didn't think that that was depicting anything in real life?
no.
So you didn't have to teach them that wasn't real?
Right. No, I did not.
On the final day of the trial, the jury heard closing statements from both sides. For the defense, attorney David Osborne Jr. argued that rap is artistic exaggeration and social commentary, not literal statements of fact. He compared it to other songs from artists like NWA, Lil Wayne, and Cardi B, and noted public officials routinely face online criticism. He closed by asking what message it would send if music and social commentary was silenced because a public official was hurt by it. In the plaintiff's closing, attorney Robert Klingler argued that even if the raid felt unfair to Afro Man, it didn't justify telling intentional lies designed to hurt people, and he claimed that a win would help the deputies move past the false accusations. After about an hour of the judge giving jury instructions and then 6 more hours of deliberation, the jury came back with their verdict.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In case you missed that, the jury returned a full defense verdict in favor of Afro Man. They found him not liable on all counts. No defamation, no invasion of privacy, nothing. Literally no plaintiff claims prevailed and 0 damages were awarded. It was a massive win for Afro Man because this verdict made it clear that Lemon Pound Cake was protected free speech.
I didn't win. America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
For me, this isn't really about Afro Man. It's about free speech. So when someone like Afro Man stands up for my free speech by using his talents, his musical talents, to fight the corrupt system, we got to come out and support him.
I'm glad things went my way, but if they would have took it all from me, I was happy about all the love I was getting from everybody. After them people kicked my door in.
This wasn't just a win for the rapper. It was a win for artistic expression and the First Amendment. It was a win for America. In this digital information age, when everything is on camera, just remember, you can't raid someone's house, find nothing, then sue them for making fun of it with their own footage.
After the raid and no charges were brought against you, you were completely exonerated. Did you ever think about just kind of walking away from it all?
I didn't cry. I took it like a sport.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote songs and I put out an album, and that album was designed to pay for the damages that they did. And that was my way of walking away from it, cracking a little joke, investing in it in some music, and hoping I raised enough money to pay for the damage.
Obviously, a lot of people have commented on your marvelous suit. What is the meaning of that suit? Why do you wear it?
This suit is for freedom of speech, and it represents the American dream, the rags to riches Cinderella story, the hope. It symbolizes hope.
From $400 short and a busted door to a landmark free speech win that's gone viral, Afro Man didn't just beat the lawsuit. He turned the whole ordeal into art that the country is still talking about. And the best part, his new album, Freedom of Speech, drops April 20th. Absolute perfection. Okay, bye.